Yeah.
I think that one of the things that kids probably appreciate me is when we had some of those losses and we either got out coached or they did things, like the first person admitting it in the locker room afterwards is me. Like I never I wasn't gonna be
Accountability.
blamed. It's, look, because of that, that's on me. The next time we play, I'll fix that. And so that
Right.
was, I think that's when you show that,
That's so
it's
good.
much easier for you to prove to the kids that that's what you need to be able to accept some of the responsibility. Because I think so much in coaching, a lot of times you see people just, they may blame a lot on everybody else.
Yeah.
But you know what? If certain things are happening over and over and over again on your team, that's not their fault. That's yours. You haven't done a good job coaching them because they're still doing the same things over and over wrong. That's not the kid's fault. That's because you haven't coached them up enough to figure out how to fix that.
Yeah. And that's really powerful, Coach. And you know, I think about that because, you know, there's a loss particular that sticks out in my mind, right? And there's a banner hanging in the gym, you know, when I walk in there and I look at it a lot. And you know, the setting is, you know, 1998 in March, and you get to the game. Like you get to the big game. And you know, I look up some of the stats or whatever I could find in the archives, and I'm like, you got some dudes, man. I was like, Billy Spear, like he's a dude, right? And it's like you got the Morgan guy, he's a dude. You bring up CJ Wilmot, he's a dude. But you know, you get into the state game, and you're playing, you know, University High School out of San Diego, and they got some dudes too.
Oh, they had Luke
Tell
Walton.
us about that.
Oh yeah, and that me being from San Diego was great because I had locker room stuff all over the place because they said that the week before that the team they had played was the championship because the team that they were going to playing in the championship wasn't at the level of the teams that they've been playing because they were at a Catholic school in San Diego. They'd played all over the country.
Yeah.
They had the Walton kids on their team. So they took us very lightly, and you know we're down one with 15 seconds to go and had a chance to win the game, and you know, which was it was for me, that's the epitome of it. Is look, our hard work, everything we put in, this is where we were able to reap some of that benefits.
You had nothing to lose. You're the underdogs.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you're playing against. I mean, these are the sons and nephews of the late great Bill Walton, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, 6'8", right? I mean, doing their thing, and
yeah, and our kids believed, and so that's you know, and then again, when that game was over, there's not one person in that arena could say that we didn't play harder than them. We played harder than them. They were just more athletic and better than us. And on a given night, anybody can beat anybody, and we came very close to doing
you did.
that.
I was like looking for game film, like trying to figure. I was like, I know it wasn't the same as it is now with the technology and stuff, but I'm like, man, I want to watch that game so bad.
Yeah, it was a fun time for us to be able to do it, and really a fun time for me, just because the team we're playing was in my league when I played in high school. So University High School, my high school I went to was Madison. We're in the same league. You're not scared. So yeah, and I know, and I have friends down there that are coaching. So like we knew everything about them. We had everything in terms of scouting wise. We were good, you know. And we almost came through with the right game plan for it. So
oh my gosh, it's incredible. I think it's incredible. I get goosebumps just thinking back to it. I love that banner is still hanging there, you know. And Coach, you've hung a lot of banners in your lifetime. I love hearing you talk about the relationship piece of that. It's just so important. I think it's just so undervalued today when you're looking at kind of like the coaching landscape or education. Like let's go to the education and the coaching landscape together, because you're doing this. But I think one of the hardest parts of the grind is, you know, I'm a father. I know you're a father, and it's like, so you're doing all this stuff and you're going from 3 sports. And talk about the home team. I mean, your home team at your home.
You have to have special people there because they have to understand that you're going to be gone a lot, and
I mean, you're gone. Coach like 3 sports in a row. Gone.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And you know, and for the first 15 years that we're doing that, like I have no kids in this, and it's just me coaching all the way through. And my wife was amazing during that time.
Yeah.
Without her, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. She's the rock for me. Is my wife has been able to do that, and then getting my kids and getting a chance to coach my kids during that time, and that was such a treat to be able to coach both my kids. And then even after that, still trying to do as good a job, even though now my kids are grown and everybody's out. But now it's full circle. So now I have 4 grandkids, and I'm still doing it. So that's the cool part for me.
You gonna coach your grandkids?
Yeah. Oh, I don't think I'll get to that point. I get to watch them, which is fun. I'm really getting a fun time. They're diehard Dodger fans, so they just they're in heaven right now. I'm a Padre fan, so like it's very hard.
My wife's from San Diego. Her family too. They're Padres fans, so we're Padres Giants. It's fine. The Dodgers,
You know what? My two favorite teams are the Padres and anybody playing the Dodgers. Yeah, that's my two favorite teams.
We're in the same boat right there. I was rooting for trust me, I was rooting for the Padres. Like, hey, whoever's in from the division, like I'm rooting for them. Coach, that's really cool. So let's jump to the education side. Like talk about, because you kind of have this affinity for like taking maybe the underdog and like, kind of like polishing them up and stuff. And I think like you said, you worked at juvenile hall, and so are you teaching there?
I taught there for 35 years, and I'm retired from teaching. I thought I was really done from coaching. I stopped in the high school, stopped teaching, and retired from both of them. And then Todd took the job as the basketball coach at Simpson and said, if I take this, you got to come help me. So the first 2 years I helped him with that. And then while I was there, they'd had some issues in the volleyball program. And the AD at the time said, hey, look, we need somebody to come in and help out. We know you have connections. We know you've done that for a really long time. So that's kind of the reason why I kind of got back into that was that. Again, it was really me thinking I just need to do something after I retired from teaching and coaching at the same time. But the teaching part was I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know why I've made that connection where a lot of like the kids that struggle and stuff, that I always had that good connection with them.